welcome everybody to tonight's stream. In 1 second, I'll get everything up. Alright, so yeah, welcome to tonight's stream. My name is Darhoth. As you know, you can always follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Yeah, and you can also check out Hearthstone.com, which is the website I'm a part of. And the Hearthstone 101 guide. All that information is available on the Twitch channel description, as well as the description for this video if you're watching on YouTube. I'm going to drop the music a little bit. Alright, so how's everybody doing tonight? So as you can see, we have 400 packs of cards. So we started with a little more than 500 last night. We opened 100 packs last night on the stream, and we are now opening another 100 packs tonight. 1 second. And yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We'll do 100 packs of cards, and then we will also do an arena after that. Depending on how long the arena goes, we may or may not have time to actually finish it. But yeah, so we'll do 100 packs of cards and then the arena. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and start opening some packs.
Your financial goals can seem far away at first.
Sorry, 1 second. Alright, so yeah, so we're going to start opening some packs. So last night we opened, as I said, 102 packs, and we got a bunch of legendaries and epic cards, or legendaries and epic cards. Well, we got legendaries and epics. We also got quite a few gold cards. So let's see here. I don't know if there's a way. Doesn't look like you can filter by rarity. But if we look here in the neutrals, towards the end, we'll get to our legendary cards. Maybe. So I guess legendaries are not part of the epic set? Okay, now I'm confused. Where do we see our legendary cards that we got? Anyway, alright, well, I'm clearly failing at something right now. I was trying to see the legendaries that I have. Ah, okay. So you can use legendaries to search in the field. Oh, okay, there we go. Cool. Alright, so these are the legendaries we got last night. Bloodmage Thalanos, Captain Greenskin, Sylvanas Windrunner. We actually got 5, the Beast and Deathwing. Gelbin Mechatort comes from the, hey Vinny, how's it going? Comes from the beta, buy anything in the beta shop, so welcome to the stream, Vinny. So yeah, so we're going to start opening 100 packs. Let's get started. So what are you guys hoping to see? You want some more golden cards, more legendaries? I kind of like the golden cards. We had pretty good discussion last night about the best golden card. I think it was Mirror Entity? I always get that wrong. Yeah, Mirror Entity. Or Head Crack, which we didn't get last night, but I really like Head Crack as well. Shadow Step was pretty cool, too, so. Tennis last night. Tennis was, well, the only way to put it nicely is we demolished the other team. The max points you can get for the match is 36, and we got all 36. The other team got 5. So yeah, it was pretty bad. Alright, so we got one epic already, Big Game Hunter. It's a 3 for 4 too, but its battle cry is really great when you destroy a minion with an attack of 7 or more when it comes on the field. This card goes in and out of the meta. I think it is worth taking for arena. I don't know that you'll see it a ton in constructed decks, but if the meta game drifts towards big minions, you'll probably see it come back out again. Fairy Dragon, great for arena, great for any deck really. Flame Imp we've talked about last night. Emperor Cobra, we've seen a good bit. You destroy any minion damage by this minion. You get good value out of this card. We had an Emperor Cobra last night in our arena run. I think killed 3 minions or maybe even 4 because we had repentance or whatever the redemption, the paladin's secret is that brings it back. So it worked out pretty well. Probably going to be a little bit cursed since the luck was so good last night. I'm not sure if the luck will continue to be quite as insanely good tonight. Let's see. Blessing of Wisdom was a real MVP card for us in the Paladin deck we had. It gives you great draw power. It can also as a form of control because you cast it on an enemy minion and then your opponent is really leery of using it. Oh wow, golden. So we got our first golden and an epic at that. So pretty good, very good. Sword of Justice is a really good epic actually. We've gotten the regular version of this for sure. We don't know if we got the golden version yet, but pretty cool animation, nothing too fancy. Whenever you summon a minion, you give it +1/+1. So Paladin tokens benefit from that. It's a really great. If you draw that early in a Paladin deck, it can be really nasty. Alright, we got Mass Dispel two packs in a row. Not that exciting. Venture Company Mercenary is a 5 for 7/6. Even though it makes your minions cost more, it's a really annoying card to deal with. I would grab this in Arena for sure. It's kind of almost like a Warlock card in that it's got a negative aspect to it. Oh, we got our first Legendary. Wow. So we got 2 rares, a Legendary, and an Epic. And probably one of the best epics in the game with Twisting Nether. And Alexstrasza is a solid Legendary. So yeah. So Twisting Nether for 8 mana, you get to destroy all minions. It's basically a board reset Warlock. Alexstrasza is a 9-drop, 8/8 minion. You set a hero's remaining health to 15. It can be the enemy hero or it can be you. So you can set your own health to 15, which can be a heal, or you can set the enemy's hero to health to 15, which can actually do damage. So if they have 28 health and you set them to 15, basically it's a 13-point damage. I use this card, I use Alexstrasza some in my mage deck that I made before the wipe, and I think it's a good card. So we got our first Legendary of the night already, we've got our first Golden of the night, and we're not even 10 packs in yet. Mirror Entity, this is the one that we have the golden version of that looks really cool. Summoning Portal I don't think we've gotten yet. So it's a 4-drop, 0/4 Warlock. Your minions cost 2 less. It's really good for ramping up and accelerating your Warlock deck.
Golden!
Another golden Circle of Healing this time. Let's see, Circle of Healing restore 4 health to all minions. That includes enemy minions, so you gotta watch that. But it's a 0 cost for that reason. Pretty decent animation. Dwarf Priest here radiating some waves of healingness, it looks like. I assume. Those are waves of heal, and not waves of kick your ass. Waves of ass kickery. We got a golden Shadow Flame last night, which looked really cool. This half of the body was, you know, inflamed. The animated flames looked pretty good. Right click on the screen should zoom in on the card. No, it only works in your collections. No, you can't right click on it in the pack opening screen. Unfortunately. Let's see. Oh, it should. Yeah, I agree it should. Sadly, it doesn't. Alright, so we're 10 packs in. We've gotten, what, 2 Goldens and a Legendary already? A couple Epics as well. So, just the 1 rare here. Nothing too much. I'll mention Cruel Taskmaster real quick. It's a 2-drop. You deal 1 damage and give it 2 attack. This is a really good card because to deal 1 damage you can use as a form of removal. If you have an enrage minion, you can use it to enrage the minion. In addition to the enrage effect, you also get 2 more attacks. So it turns out to be a really good card in an enrage deck, which obviously a lot of warriors play enrage. Another epic Doomsayer. I think this is the 3rd or 4th Doomsayer we've gotten. I won't talk about it too much again. Divine Favor, it's a 3-drop. You draw cards until you have as many in your hand as your opponent for a Paladin. Probably the strongest card draw card in the game for Paladins. Maybe Blessing of Wisdom is a little bit better. So, but it can be really good. The problem at 3 is that if you don't use it pretty much on turn 3, a lot of times you don't get much value out of it unless you just burn through your cards. So it's kind of I don't know. It's good. It's very situationally. It can be very good. Nothing too crazy here. We got Vaporize as the rare. I bet that would look really cool as a golden with all the fire and everything. It's funny, the more I do this, the more I'm excited about golden cards as much as I am anything else. So one thing, if you mouse over the cards, it'll show you their rarity. Although I went too quick there. So it's one way to tell if you want to make it a little more exciting, you can see what cards you're gonna, rarity of cards you're gonna get before you actually flip them. So you crafted a golden Blood Knight. How does it look? Bots, there is not gonna be, according to Blizzard's last post, this wipe that just happened will be the only wipe for the entire time. I actually don't know that I agree with that. I think it's not a good idea to let your retail people start out behind your beta. I understand they want to reward the beta. I get that, but I'd actually prefer. I thought when they said they were going to do one wipe, I thought they would wipe at the end of beta, not at the end or even part of the way through closed beta. So. Let's see, Mirror Entity, we've already seen all these cards. Not going to too much to talk about here. The Golden Blood Knight is cool. I bet it is cool. He looks good. That Blood Knight did some work for us in the arena last night. I have to say, it's the first time I've had a Blood Knight in the deck, and it did alright. Nothing too exciting here. Fork Lightning is a good Shaman removal. Flesh Eating Ghoul you can do some nice things with if you buff him up. It's also a form of soft taunt because your opponent's definitely going to try to get rid of him as soon as he can. Or she can. Alright, so Faceless Manipulators are epic here. Battle Cry, choose a minion, become a copy of it. Important thing to note about this card is it can be an enemy minion as well as a friendly minion. So if they have a big taunt minion on the board or a big legendary card on the board, you can use Faceless Manipulator and become a copy of it. I probably use it to copy their minions, at least almost as much as I use to copy my own. Wow, 2 Stormforge Axes in one pack. Really good card. I'm sure we have more than 2 of it by now, so. Which one thing, I'll show you guys real quick. So, when you go into crafting mode, if you have more than 2 of a card, it'll let you disenchant your extra cards with 1 click. I'm not going to do that because I want to see how much Arcane Dust I have at the end. But right now, if we did it, it would be 2,000 Arcane Dust. So back to the packs. Alright, so Epic Brawl. I feel like we might have got this one yesterday, but I think we did. You destroy all minions except 1. So it's kind of a mini Twisting Nether, except 1 minion stays on the field. Sometimes you get really... you want to try to get really lucky and get your 1 minion. You save your 1 minion, hopefully it's yours. But obviously it's ideal to use it when your opponent, when you have no minions on the board, or when you only have 1 and your opponent has a bunch. You're gonna make a golden Divine Shield deck. That'd be pretty cool. It kind of, gold kind of fits with Divine Shield theme, right? You know, it's yellow, and I can see that looking pretty cool. It's a couple rares and an epic in this one. Lava Burst, 3 for 5 with an overloaded 2 is okay. It's basically a 5 for 5. Bane of Doom we've talked about before. It's pretty good because the demons it can summon, I think all but 1 has like a negative summoning effect, and if you summon them through Bane of Doom, then you don't have to incur the negative effect. Alright, so we got another gold in here. Fork Lightning. This is definitely one we got pre-patch. We haven't seen it since the patch, so it's pretty cool. Nice little lightning graphics here. It's almost like the lightning is shifting from one side of the card to the other there. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Wow, another golden. Oh, look at the feral. Okay, those look pretty cool. The feral spirits. I haven't seen that one before. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. That might be a contender for top 5. There's really not that much going on there, but just the art itself is great, and the golden animated version of it makes it look pretty awesome. Yeah, the tokens will be golden too. So what Snow was saying is that when you cast a spell, the actual wolves that come out are golden on the board. That's definitely true. It's also true of like Mirror Image, the mage spell, which summons 2/0/2 minions. I think it's our 4th or 5th Wild Pyromancer now. Be interesting to go through when we get done with all this and see which card it was we got the most. Let's see, Azure Drake. Nothing too crazy here. We've seen a lot of these cards before. Urshock is pretty good shaman. You get a silence and a damage out of it. Blood Imp is a really good warlock imp. I would take that guy in arena all day long. Defiance Ringleader was nerfed in the last patch. It used to be a 3/2, now it's a 2/2. Makes it a little easier to remove in the early turns. I think I've only played one rogue since the patch. I haven't checked to see what the tournament results were this last week, although I understand that they were pretty... there's a lot of different classes represented. So Pit Lord also changed. It used to be a 4/7/6 and dealt 7 damage to your hero, I believe. Now it's a 4/5/6 and only deals 5 damage to your hero. So they lowered its stats a little bit, but also lowered the damage, I think, to get people to use it. Taking 7 damage on your hero is a pretty steep price for any minion. 5 is still a good bit as well. I think really for 5 health, it should be a 3/4/6. Seeing lots of Blood Imps. Thought Steal, copy 2 cards from your opponent's deck and put them into your hand. It's a good pre-spell. It's always interesting. It's always frustrating when your opponent casts that and they get really good spells. Like last night we had someone cast in an arena and they got 2 lightning bolts, which is like a great shaman card, and somehow they got 2 of them. Let's see, Wrath, solid druid card. Blessed Champion, double a minion's attack. You'll see this probably in a lot of... Hey Sky High, how's it going? You'll see this probably in a lot of Paladin decks, although I haven't really seen it too much lately. But it's a form of a win condition that you get a big enough minion and low enough health, and it's GG. There's Snow's least favorite card, Blood Knight, so we won't talk about that one. Let's see, 2 Cult Masters. Kits can be a good draw card. Cult Master is good. I would actually prefer they change the stats on it and maybe make it a 3/5 and have the same ability, and maybe make it 5 mana, or make it 4 mana and make it a 3/3. I feel like it needs 1 more point of health to really be useful. Right now it feels a little underpowered. It really depends on your deck, but I find it's a little underpowered for most of the decks I want to put it in. There's just better options, like Acolyte of Pain is a guaranteed card. So... It was 2/4 in the internal beta. Yeah, I could see 2/4 being much better. Even 2/3, I would take 2/3. 2/3 and 3 mana, I would take that for sure. We've talked about a lot of these cards before. Abomination, we have a pretty cool golden version of it. We got the Golden Knife Juggler. I haven't seen that one. That's pretty cool, I guess. I mean, it's cool because the knives are spinning, but it kind of looks like the knives are just floating and spinning. It'd be a little cool if the knives actually moved around like he was juggling them. But it's still pretty cool. You know, if the knives kind of went in a circle here. But, you know, For a rare, it's not a bad golden animation. So we got 5 legendaries last night. Right now we're well under that pace. Someone said that because of all my luck last night, I was going to get really crappy luck tonight. Not that we've had crappy luck, but last night was crazy. Raging Worgen, really good in a mage deck where you can proc his Wind Fury. Dark Iron Dwarf is probably, I would say, one of the best minions for Arena. Yeah, I am getting really good golden luck, that's for sure. Savannah Highmane, it's a 6 for 6/5. It's basically got a built-in summon as well. So you're getting essentially 4/4. You're getting 10/9 worth of minion for 6. Of course, as a death rattle, you can always be silenced. But Savannah Highmane's a solid card. You'll probably see at least 1 in most Hunter Beast decks, if not 2. Wow. Oh, look at that Avenging Wrath. A golden. This is the second golden epic we've gotten. So we're not rocking the legendaries too much, but we're definitely rocking the epics. Avenging Wrath. So Avenging Wrath is a arcane missiles on steroids. For 6 mana, you get 8 damage. Basically, it fires out 8 shots really fast. It's a pretty good animated. That's a pretty good animation. It'd be cooler if like something was shooting out of her hand, maybe. But it's almost like angel wings here, which I think is probably the idea. I don't know if it's supposed to be an angel or not, but it looks like it. Pretty cool. It does scale with spell damage. Anything that does damage, so arcane missiles and Avenging Wrath scales. Yeah, you get, so let's say you get 2 spell damage out, you do 10 missiles instead of 8. I actually had a practice match that I didn't stream where I had a fireball hit for 10 because I had 4 spell power on the board at the time. Mogushin Warden's a 4 for 1/7. Pretty good taunt minion. I think it's probably 5th or 6th best taunt minion. I may actually make a list one day of what I think are the best taunt minions for neutral. Sinjin would be number 1. Sunwalker probably is number 2. I think after that you have some argument. This should be the cards that are decent for Arena pack, with maybe the exception of Holy Fire. The rest of these are all pretty good Arena cards. In Arena, you're really looking for good card value. So minions that are at the stat curve, like this Earthen Ring Farseer and the Direwolf Alpha, where their stats are equal to their mana, but they have a good ability, gives you really good value. Alright, so Ice Block is our epic this time. It's okay. I actually lost a match one time because of an Ice Block. The mage Ice Blocked and then killed me the next turn. So it can make a difference. I would play it with Secret Keeper. It's a Secret Keeper where as long as you have a secret in play, you gain +1/+1, I think is how it works, or +1/+2. And with Ice Block, you'll have a secret in play for the entire game. Hey, welcome to the stream, Jack. I actually had 500 packs yesterday, but we already opened 100 of them. I'm doing pretty much 100 a night. 100 per stream. It's 502. But if you go on YouTube, you can see I already put the video up from last night where we opened 100. So 2 summoning portals. So now it gives us 3 summoning portals at least. Blizzard, awesome spell. 5. 2 damage to all minions and freeze them. Can't say enough. Blizzard is core to my mage deck for sure. We got 5 legendaries last night. So well, you know, it was hard not to open some packs when the stream first when everything reset, because it was killing me not to have all the cards I was used to having. But now, you know, I like opening them on stream because it helps the stream, it helps the YouTube videos, and I think it's something fun we can do. And obviously I can't afford to do it forever, so. Pine-Sized Summoner was definitely the MVP in in our games last night. There's one game where we coined into Pine-Sized Summoner on turn 1, and I don't think she was removed until turn 5. And we just dominated that game. Power of the Wild's pretty good. You +1/+1 or summon a 3/2 Panther. A 2/3/2 is basically, you'll see that a lot. You see a lot of 2 for 3/2s. Let's see. Fairy Dragon is a 2 for 3/2. What's another one? The Beast is a 2 for 3/2. The Raptor.
Golden coming.
Another golden. Doing really good on the goldens tonight. I don't think that one's animated. No, I don't think it is. It looks like it's moving a little bit, but I don't think it's animated yet. So still are. I think someone said last night there's like 20 or 25 that are not animated yet. All goldens will be animated before. No, the Frosty Year was animated before. Uh-oh, another legendary. Alright, so that's 2 legendaries so far. Malagos is a 9-drop 4/12. That 12 is nasty. That 12 makes him really hard to remove. Obviously, you have Polymorph, you have Hex, but outside of one of those spells, or like Corruption, the Warlock spell, 4/12 is really, really hard to get off the board. Spell damage +5, you put that in any deck, Mage deck, Warlock deck, Druid deck, even Warriors, because a lot of their direct damage is it's those spells, even though it's like a warrior hitting you with a... Yeah, so... So that's 2 legendaries now and about 50 cards. 45. Alright, we got another epic. We're getting a lot of epics. I think we're averaging at least 1 epic every, what, 3 packs? 4 packs? Maybe not even that much. SI Agent we haven't talked about yet. It's a 3 for 3/3 combo, deal 2 damage. You'll see this in just about every rogue deck. It's a solid card. I saw Aquaman in stream earlier. I don't know if he still is or not, but Aqua, if you're in stream, go ahead and add me back to your friends list. If you like. Pretty soon, maybe next week when I'm done opening packs, I'll do a night where I play viewers. Wild Pyromancer. It's a 2 for 3/2s. Here's another 2/3/2. After you cast a spell, you deal 1 damage to all minions. This can be really good. There's a warrior deck called a Pyro Smith deck that basically relies on that card and all the warrior cards that get bonuses from taking damage. Can be a really good combination. We haven't talked about Ice Lance. As a 1, it gives you a freeze, but if it's already frozen, you deal 4 damage instead. It's a pretty good card. I wouldn't mind taking it for Arena, but every time I try to put it in a constructed deck, I just find other cards that give me more value. So... I don't think I have Ysera. No, I don't have Ysera or Van Cleef yet. You know, Van Cleef they nerfed. He's no longer got stealth. They changed that in the last patch. Again, we talked about Pit Lord already. Yeah, they nerfed the Van Cleef. Rogues got hit pretty hard with the nerf bat. I think everybody pretty much agrees they needed it. But, you know, if you're a rogue player, you don't like that. Scarlet Crusader is a solid card. So, do you think you're going to play one class mostly, or do you think you're going to play, like, different classes throughout? I tend to mostly play Mage when I play Constructed or Ranked. But some people will constantly switch classes depending on the meta and where they think the game is going at the time. Alright, so Fairy Dragon, for some reason when I looked at this card, for a second I thought this was a hat. And I was going to ask, whose hat is the Fairy Dragon taking? And then I realized that's probably a mushroom, and not a hat. I thought we had a thief in the Fairy Dragon land. I do like playing Warrior. I think Warrior's fun. Yeah, Nazar, I think you make a good point. If you're not spending a lot of money on the game, you probably need to focus what you're playing and what cards you're going for. So I totally get that. I'm just fortunate enough that between donations and and the money I spent, which is a lot more money, I have lots of cards. So Holy Wrath is a crap card. Yeah, I kind of tend to agree. It's so situational. For a 5, I would make it maybe a 3. 3 mana, maybe this card gets more effective. Because you figure most decks the average card is probably 3 to 4 mana. So if you make it a 3, that means your average pull is going to be a little bit better than the 3. We've seen all these cards. Defender of Argus is another solid arena card. 4 for 3/3. You give adjacent minions +1/+1 and taunt. We've seen lots of these cards already. Oh, all right. So I guess that Cold Light Seer was the last Murloc that we needed. So when you collect all the Murlocs, you get Old Murk-Eye, who's a legendary Murloc. So one more legendary. So for those of you watching at home, it only took 150 or 60 packs to get all the Murlocs. So if you want a Murloc deck, keep that in mind. Of course, you could always craft Murlocs if you really wanted them. Youthful Brewmaster, there seems to be a bug since the last patch, where the two Brewmasters tend to bug out. We even had a game lockup because of it, which sucked because it counted as a loss for both me and my opponent. Argent Commander, 6 for 4/3. Really good minion. I would take this in Arena all day long. At least 1, maybe 2. As a 6 drop, you don't necessarily want 2 of them, but the charge in Divine Shield is great. I don't think there is a max for Dust. I sure hope not. That would suck. So I think we already have all the Giants, but Mountain Giant costs 1 less for each other card in your hand. Not bad. Probably best with Warlocks, because you can draw 2 cards a turn. But I think the other 2 Giants are better. Especially after they nerfed Twilight Drake, which also gains stats. Holy crap. Which also gains stats from cards in your hand. Now with that nerf gone, I think the Mountain Giant's not quite as good. So, good pack here. We got 3 rares, an epic. We got 1 golden rare. Shadow Madness, gain control of an enemy minion with 3 or less attack until end of turn. Pretty cool animation here. I don't think it blows away any of the top 5 or top 4 or so, but pretty decent. I like the glistening eye there. Yeah, if both players die at the same time, like for example, if a Warlock Hellfires, which does 3 damage to everything, including both players, then both players get that count as a loss. Any non-legendary cards I don't have that I'm looking forward to? I don't know what I even have at this point. Wow, 2 Goldens in 1 pack. I don't know what non-legendaries I don't have at this point, obviously. Alright, so 2 Goldens. We actually already have the Golden Silverhand Knight, so... Let's see, Ancient Mage is a new golden card for us. Nothing too fancy here, just a glowing halo. Yeah, the sigils here on his thing are pretty cool, on his shoulders. One of my friends is asking me about the game. So since the patch now, all of your friends, both in throughout Battle.net are on, so you see most of my friends here are playing Warcraft. World of Warcraft. I think they'll do open beta relatively soon. I really do. I'd be surprised if it's... When's BlizzCon start? I can't imagine them going too far into November without open beta, simply because they want to release the game by the end of the year. So yeah. Acolyte of Pain, 3 for 1/3. Whenever it takes damage, you draw a card. I love that card for my mage deck because you can ping it with your mage ability and guarantee a card. Hey Kaepernick, wait, welcome to the stream. So you saw the crazy pack openings last night where we got so many good cards. Doing pretty good tonight. Got a couple legendaries, quite a few goldens. So, hey Gab, welcome to the stream. I honestly think Blizzard in some ways is kind of already in open beta. They've got the infrastructure in place. I think they're ready to do open beta. I think they're just accelerating the opt-in waves to try to stress the servers and see how it goes. But I think in their minds they're pretty much ready for open beta. Hey Alchemman, I'll add you right now. Yeah, I said something earlier. You must have been away. All right, I sent you the invite. By the way, guys, anybody who gets into the beta, even when it's open beta or retail, feel free as always to add me. Be happy to talk to you, play you sometime. You can ask Snow, Holy Snow, but I've played him quite a bit. Usually I lose because his Divine Shield deck is a real pain in the ass to deal with. I keep trying to find a mage deck that can beat most decks. The last mage deck actually came out pretty decent. One nice thing about doing the stream is that I could go back and look and see my old decks because I couldn't remember what was in the deck. So that's fine. I don't care getting beat by viewers. I'm not I don't claim to be the best Hearthstone player out there. If you watch my videos, you will see I'm definitely not the best Hearthstone player out there. Oh, another legendary. So Team Master Oversparks, a 3 for 2/2. His battle cry, he transforms a minion that can be friendly or enemy into a 5/5 or a 1/1. So situational that I don't think he's that good. I mean, I guess, so let's think about the uses for him. You know, probably the best use is to play him when you only have one minion on the field, especially a 1/1 minion or a 2/2 minion. Because then, worst case scenario, it becomes a 1/1. Best case scenario, it's a 5/5. So on turn 3, you have a 2/2 and a 5/5. You could use him when you have only one enemy minion on the field, but, you know, do you really want to turn an enemy minion into a 5/5? Probably not. True. Yeah, the problem is it's random. So the only way that you get to guarantee you use it on a 6/6 or better is if they only have one minion on the field. Or two minions that are better than 6/6. Yeah, Deathwing would be really good for, but what are the odds of that? I don't think I've ever seen an opponent play a Deathwing. No, you don't pick the minion, it's random. It's random. Oh, is it? Oh, you pick the minion and they... Oh, okay. You know what, you're right. I've never used it. By the way, we got another legendary in here. 2 legendaries in a row. So you're right, so you do choose the minion. Okay. So you choose the minion, then it picks it randomly. So that makes it a little bit better. Alakir, the Windlord's the Shaman legendary. 8 for 3/5, but it has Wind Fury, Charge, Divine Shield, and Taunt. I think maybe the only card that has as much card text like this, as much abilities, is maybe Tyrion Fordring. Who's got what? Taunt, Divine Shield, and a Death Rattle. But Wind Fury, Charge, Divine Shield, and Taunt. Really great card. I've never used it, but I could see it being really good. And we got a golden SI agent. I didn't even see that. We'll have to go back and look at that card art. Once we get done with the packs, we'll go through and look at the goldens. Is that the 5th legendary already? It might be. So we've already hit 5. Well, that's true if we count the Murloc. If we count old Murkeye. Alright, so maybe it's a legendary every 20-25 packs. That seems to be about where we're landing. I think we've seen Bloodsail Raider like 5 times. I did actually make a Pirate Rogue deck one time that was pretty decent. So many of the Rogue cards are dependent on weapons, and I think that so many of the Pirate cards are dependent on weapons. So I think that really all you can do is make a Raid deck. YOLO Bomber. Alright, so we got on to Golden here. Golden Blood Imp, which I love Blood Imp as a card. That's pretty cool. He's got the little green flames here, but he's also got a purple flame that comes into his hand, which, not really sure how that works in the context of the card, but it looks pretty cool. That's a really good animation for a common, I would say. Alright, 30 more decks. 30 more decks, 30 more packs. You think it's a top 5 golden? It might be. We can re-examine our top 5 golden when we go back and look. I think it could be. It's definitely up there. Wow, another golden. And it's a golden rare this time. Savannah High Main. Nothing too crazy here. You know, the one thing about these goldens is sometimes it looks like they kind of just put a heat effect on it, so it makes the whole thing shimmer. But not bad. It's got some moving background, a little bit of waving mane of the lion. Not bad. I haven't seen the golden fire elemental. Jeez, another golden. So many goldens. This one's not animated. Silver Moon Guardian. Holy Snova is probably jealous because it's a golden Paladin card. Well, actually, it's not a Paladin card. It's a golden Divine Shield card, though. Which means it's probably going to be in his deck. Loot Hoarder. Probably second, maybe third best minion draw card in the game, I would say. After Acolyte of Pain and Novice Engineer. Maybe even after Cult Master. It might be fourth. So let's see here. Ancient Watcher. It's a 2 for 4/5, but it can't attack. Which means that really it's only got 2 uses. One is if you give it Taunt. The other is if you silence it. So if you're playing a priest that has a lot of silences, maybe you use it. If you're playing, I don't know, Defender of Argus and Sun Fury Protectors, maybe you play it. But it's a very situational card. I think I don't know, it's never going to see much play. Ancient Allure is a 7 for 5/5, draw 2 cards and restore 5 health. Not a bad card. Basically, the 2 cards is equivalent to Arcane Intellect. So you get a 5/5 minion for 7 mana with a 3 mana ability. Unbound Elemental is actually pretty good. I've never really used it until our arena last night. Then, yeah. If you give him Taunt, does he attack when he is attacked? You know, that's an excellent question. I assume the answer is yes, because it's retaliation damage. It's not considered an attack in terms of Hearthstone language, but I haven't tested it. So somebody mentioned Auctionized Soul Priest now. Your cards and powers that restore health now deal damage instead. It's a 4 for 3/5. Someone said they thought it was useless after the patch. I think it's still a good card. Did they change the health? Was it a 3/6? I can't remember. I think it's still a decent card though. I think you'll see it in a lot of priest decks. Nothing too exciting here. Lots of 1-drop Paladin cards. As you can tell by the yawning, I'm pretty tired tonight. So we'll start the arena up after this 100. I don't know that we'll finish it. I probably will not stream tomorrow night, but I may stream Wednesday. I may stream Thursday, and then after that I'm on vacation for 4 days. Let's see here. Now, nothing really too much we're talking about. Demolisher is a good card. It's a 3 for 1/4. Has a decent ability. It's a form of soft taunt, and at 4 health, it's hard to get rid of. Starting to see a lot of the same cards. We just saw Argent Squire, Dust Devil, and Auctionized Soul Priest. Dust Devil. So Dust Devil, I like Dust Devil. The problem with Dust Devil is that rogues, druids, and mages